fees are not reduced, but in the United States of America, it's a different case. Sometimes in the United States of America, you can appear and then for a particular case, maybe to get some compensation, and you can tell your client, right, I don't need any fees now, but once I win the case, you must give 50% of the compensation you get, you must give me. That in this country you can't do that. It is illegal. We follow the British system, and the British do not encourage that. You charge your fees before the case, and you appear for the case. Whether you win or lose, it's a different matter. Now, I was talking to you about the civil side, about the criminal side. But then you get the civil side also. That is where you appear for a person in order to get compensation. There has been a motor traffic accident, and at the motor traffic accident, the breadwinner of the family has died. And then the poor members of the family are destitute. There's nothing that they can do. The father dies. 3 children, all below the age of 12 years. The father was earning and educating the children. Now what can the children do? People from poor families. Father is the only breadwinner in the family. He was doing a job. He was a government clerk. He was earning some money, educating the children. Suddenly, a private coach knocks him down and he dies. Now, the family needs the support of a lawyer. The family will come to a young lawyer like you. And then they will say, this is what has happened. Can you get us compensation? Of course you can. The remedy is available. Legal action is necessary. You have to file action. You have to file action in a civil court. And then once you file action in a civil court, sufficient compensation will be granted for the family. So that is once again a service that you can do as a member of the legal profession. Now, at the commencement of my talk, I told you that arguing cases is one part of the legal profession. It is only one part. There are also other areas. Preparation of legal documents. A person wants to establish a company. Drafting of those documents in order to register the company. Now that is done by company lawyers. That is done by company lawyers. And those lawyers don't go and argue criminal cases. Those lawyers do not go and argue civil cases. They do company work. Drafting of company documents, appearing for companies, you become the company's lawyer, or you become the human resource manager of the company. Now all those areas, all those jobs are available for members of the legal profession. You take any company, the company will have to have a legal officer. Or the company will have to pay exorbitant fees to lawyers and get their legal work done. Company needs to have a human resource manager. They need a lawyer for a human resource manager. Therefore, vacancies are available in all those areas, plenty of areas. And as I told you, in most of those cases, they will need attorneys at law who can speak English, who can do their work in English, who are conversant in English, who are competent in English, and that is where you score over a student who has not had the exposure that you have had. That's why I say that you belong to a very fortunate category. Now, is that all? No, that is not all. You take the forces. Your friends can join the forces as cadet officers. They can join the forces as cadet officers immediately after they do their advanced level examination. But you do your law exams and you become a lawyer. And once you become a lawyer, you join the forces at a higher level. If you join the army, you join the army as a captain. If you join the navy, you join the navy as a lieutenant. When your friend who has joined the forces at a lower level, when they are promoted, when they come up to that position, then you will be a lieutenant before that in the navy. I'm very proud to tell you that both the commander of the navy and the commander of the army, they joined the army and the navy as cadet officers, and they have now come up to the position of command. And both of them are from Royal College, I don't see any royalists here, but then that is also available to you. That is something that I wanted to tell you. Now just leave that aside for a moment. Are these opportunities available only in Sri Lanka? No, my dear friends, remember, as members of the legal profession, you have opportunities outside also. Just to give you one example, take Fiji, take Seychelles. In Fiji and in Seychelles, there are a large number of judges who are Sri Lankan lawyers who have been absorbed to the judiciary and the legal profession in those countries. Now, once you become an attorney at law, you can even go to other countries. But before practicing, you have to do legal exams in those countries and you can join the bar in that country. In Australia, in New South Wales, there are a large number of Sri Lankan lawyers working in the office of the Director of Public Prosecutions. Those lawyers who are qualified in Sri Lanka. So even if you do not want to remain in Sri Lanka, even if you want to go abroad, and even if you want to make your mark abroad as an attorney at law, remember that avenue is available to you. In many countries, I mentioned a few countries, in many countries that is available to you, and if you go to those countries, especially the United Kingdom, you will see Sri Lankan lawyers established there. They have their legal firms. Sri Lankan lawyers. And I'm happy to say that they help Sri Lankan lawyers who come from here and who want to establish in that country. Next, what about the United Nations? What about UN appointments? UN appointments are also available to Sri Lankan or any lawyers, Sri Lankan lawyers. I'm sure you may have heard of Professor Veeramantri. Professor Veeramantri was a brilliant product of Sri Lanka. He was a Sri Lankan lawyer who rose up to the position of a judge of the International Court. So there is nothing to prevent you from going there. I must tell you one thing. Maybe a few years ago, about 3 to 4 years ago, there was a young boy in my class, whom I thought was brilliant. You ask him anything, he knew. He had some knowledge of everything. I was so impressed with him that I told him, young man, someday you're going to be the Secretary General of the United Nations. I told him that I won't be there to see you as Secretary General, but I'm sure you have the capability and capacity to go there. Recently I get an email from him. Sir, I have joined the UN at the lowest level, and I want to be what you told that I will be, not for anything else, but to make sure that what you said has come true. I'm so proud I may not be living to see that, but someday, if Sri Lanka produces a Secretary General of the United Nations, please check whether he has been one of my students. So ladies and gentlemen, I think I have been speaking enough. I told that I have to speak till 1:25 and give you about 5 minutes to ask questions. Now, as I told you at the commencement, I see lawyers here. They say that lawyers are people without heart. I don't agree. There are very good people who are lawyers. There is a particular story that I've heard. One day, a social service organization has come to a particular lawyer to get a donation. And the social service organization, the representatives have told them, we are into a lot of social service. We do this. We build bridges. We help poor families. All that. Will you give us a small donation? The lawyer has told them, do you know that my mother is paralyzed and she can't move her limbs? So the organization people had said, no sir, we did not know. Do you know that my sister is a widow with 2 children and she is finding it very difficult to manage? So they had said, oh sir, we never knew about it. Do you know my own brother is a pauper and is in the streets? So he had said, no sir, we never knew anything of that. Then he had said, look here, young man, if I don't give them a red cent, do you think I'll give you all anything? So that is a story that has been created to show that lawyers are people without hearts, but that's not the case. You get a large number of lawyers who do a lot of social service. There are a large number of lawyers who make use of their money for the purpose of giving people, poor people, what they want. And as I told you, there are a large number of lawyers who appear free for deserving clients. There are a large number of lawyers who do a lot of social service. And if you take the heads of state of this country, Mr. Dudley Senanayake was a lawyer. Mr. J.R. Jayawardena was a lawyer. President Mahinda Rajapaksa is a lawyer. Opposition leader Ranil Wickremesinghe is a lawyer. A large number of them have joined the legislature. So, young ladies and gentlemen, all that I want to tell you is, if you want to join the legal profession, remember there are a large number of avenues available to you. But if you want to be a successful lawyer, you have to have knowledge in every field of activity. You must do a lot of reading. You must have a lot of knowledge. You must be knowledgeable. Remember, a lawyer addresses another lawyer as his learned friend because it is a learned profession. So if you want to be a member, then you have to be a member of that legal profession, learned profession. You have to be learned yourself. You must be in a position to take up any case. You must be in a position to tackle any matter. But above all, you have to be honorable as well. So wishing you all the very best and thanking you for your attention. I shall conclude, but then I can answer any questions that you want to ask me. Thank you very much. Answer yourself before answering because...
The Foreign Ministry, Defense Ministry and the Additional Secretary, after 3 years, even the police was, I'm sorry to say, not the entire police, some of the few police high officials were also involved with the corruption. So, with my bravery, even he had called me, threatened me from the prison. But in spite of that, I gave a fight to him. And so this is a role I just, for the sake of protection. My life, we can come as witness to courts, but we can't, to respect the court, the witness can come in, but he can't take chances, because I don't want to take chances. I respect the court, I don't want to take chances to lose my life. So this is what I wanted, how the protection can be given. Then the other thing is, number 2, where I had another experience where I was bringing a lot of foreign exchange. Even I made my complaint to the Finance Ministry, and they had already sent where the Foreign Ministry officials were involved in a fraud of 700 million, where the money has not come in. So still, even the Aegis Department has written to the Foreign Ministry, they are just keeping it under the cover. So this is what I just would, as you are representing the Aegis Department, I would like to give us all the helping hand, because to tell you, Sri Lanka lost billions of rupees, because there the ambassador was involved with the mafia. They tried to murder me in Japan. So this is the reason. Still, I have lost everything. Sri Lanka also have lost. So that is the reason why I wanted to help me in this matter. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Thank you, Dr. Zulfikar. This is not the first time that Dr. Zulfikar told these things to me. He quite often calls me and then gives me this sort of information. So it's unfortunate, but I think there are other administrative bodies that have to work together. So let's hope that these matters will be directed to the proper authorities. The Attorney General's Department gets involved only in the case of prosecution. Anyway, any other questions from the younger generation? Now let me ask a question. Now, when I asked you at the commencement how many of you would like to be lawyers, only my good friend in that red shirt put his hand out. Now, is there any improvement? Still it is the same. No, right. So there is one more who even Dr. Zulfikar does not want to be an attorney at law. Thank you.